Hello, and welcome to the last in the Creating a Payara Service series. This entry covers adding the example service created in the previous series entries to the admin console, demonstrating how to create a configuration tab and link it to our asadmin command. First off, as the example I've been working with previously is only packaged with the nucleus distribution, we need to add it to a distribution that also has the admin console packages. To do this, we need to create a new Maven submodule under the app server packaging module to serve as the package of our service. Open the POM, then copy and paste the build and profile bodies from the POM of one of the other packages to save yourself some time, and add the nucleus package of our service as a dependency. Next, we need an assembly and packaging file. Again, we can copy these from another package, but be sure to rename the files and edit the names to match our new service. Finally, add the new submodule to the parent module POM if your IDE has not already done so for you. Next, we need to add our new package to a feature set. Open the Payara web feature set and go into its POM. These are all the packages that will get included in the Payara web distribution and also the full Payara distribution. Add in our new package as a dependency here. Now we can begin creating our pages. Create a new folder under Payara Console Extras for our new service. And create a new tab page within it. Sticking with our previous example, we'll design this page as a tab of the admin server instance configuration. In our tab configuration file, we'll define a sub-tab to contain our say hello command. This set session attribute contained in the command tags determine which tab to load, which we've preemptively given an ID of hello world config. We then use this in combination with the context path of our configuration page in a redirect command to load our configuration page, which we've also preemptively named here. Payara admin console pages make use of properties files to store the text strings that will appear on the actual page, so don't directly contain the text within the page configuration file, instead referencing a properties file like this. To do this, the page configuration file needs to set the properties files as a resource bundle, which is done like this. This references the strings.properties file in the fish.payara.adminconsole.extras package here. As we've defined some properties that don't exist yet, let's create them here. To finish up this configuration, we'll copy and paste this command up here to run when the tab is first selected. This is useful when you have multiple subtabs for selecting which you'd like to display by default. With that done, we need to include the tab page in the Payara Console Extras package console config file to have it integrated into the admin console. Find the file in the metainf.admin GUI package and add it in here, making sure to correctly specify the ID name and content path. The type and parent fields here determine where the page will be placed, with the server instance tab type and parent fields determining that it integrates into the admin server instance configuration page as a tab. Before we create the page that will actually configure the say hello command, we need to extend the hello world service with a get method. This method will retrieve the current values of the first name and surname attributes, which we'll then use to display these values in the admin console. Go back to the hello world package and create a new Java class in the admin package. For this example, I'll call it getNames. Define it as a service as we did for the say hello command. As we now need to have this command callable from the admin console, we've had to define a REST endpoint. It's also prudent to determine the acceptable targets. For this example, I've kept it to just the admin server. As this is just a simple get command, I'll open up the Hazelcast package and copy the get command from there and edit it to fit in with the example command. While we're here, it also makes sense to edit our say hello command to give it a REST endpoint. Be sure to make this a post command, as this command isn't getting values, it's setting them. Now, back to creating our pages. In the same resource folder as our tab page, create a new file to serve as our configuration page. Be sure to name it as we did earlier in the tab redirect URL, else the tab won't be able to load it. Set the resource bundles for the string properties within some init page tags, and create a before create event to set session attributes as we also did in the tab page. Of note that we're doing here is setting the target of the get command, namely the server instance, setting the tab set name, and calling the get command to get the current values and property map to set our own values against. With that done, we can begin configuring the page content itself. Within a form, include the server instance tab and an alert message 1 files, and then define the page title and save button. These will likely be present across all pages, with the only parts that change being the naming of the attributes and the actions to take upon clicking the save button. For this example, our save button simply calls the say hello method from its REST endpoint with the parameters that we supply to it within the value map variable. Next, include the name section file and define the fields for our first name and surname properties. I've aligned the label to the left to keep it readable and in line with the other admin console pages, as well as set no wrap to true and overlap label to false to keep the label readable and on one line. For the text field, I've set the size of the box with the columns and max length parameters and told it to populate itself with the value currently stored for the property it represents. And with that, this example is finished. Build Payara and go test the page on the admin console to check it's all working correctly. And that's it for this blog and series. I'll provide a link to the final build on GitHub for you to pick apart on your own. Thanks for watching.